This morning, we're taking a final look at the recruitment and training process for the Rochester Police Department. The department welcomed 8 new officers into its ranks in November. ABC 6 News reporter Jacqueline Harold has more on the last days of training, graduation, and what comes next for this group.
Even during a time like this, these 8 recruits say they will not let the perspective people have of law enforcement change their desire to protect and serve anyway.
My friend and I used to lay out behind bushes and write down license plates that would speed through intersections. So I always knew I wanted to be some type, I always knew I wanted to have some type of law enforcement background.
After training, finally getting a badge is such a real moment for a new officer. One that all 8 of the recruits say they've been waiting for since they first discovered their desire to protect and serve.
Do you have your driver's license on you?
Despite the current state of the world and how people view law enforcement, officers Fitzgerald, Peterson, Baker, Ash, Torres, Hulty, Alexander, and Tan are taking on the badge and hoping to change the way people respond when they see it.
It's a tough thing where, especially in today's atmosphere where everyone's kind of, a little hesitant in doing especially a career where you don't know how you'll be treated. But I think if it's something where you feel you have the passion to serve the community, it's absolutely it's a career that you should follow.
Eng Sing Tan is a Malaysian immigrant who was looking for another way to serve the community when he left the military. He says representation is important to him and important to have in this profession. Just like Tan, for most of the other recruits, getting involved with law enforcement was always the path they saw for themselves.
I decided when I was 12 years old that this is what I wanted to do. And
for Jessica Peterson, helping people brought her to the badge.
I just really have a passion for protecting the community, keeping it safe, and just serving others.
For others like Sergio Torres, it was his community's perspective of law enforcement.
Me being Hispanic, I know kind of how Hispanic people feel about law enforcement, and it's only one of me, but I feel like I can make a change, change the mindset of, especially nowadays, how people feel about law enforcement.
Change, one of the biggest demands the world has asked of law enforcement agencies all over the country. And though these new recruits can only control what they do, they all say they want change to be a part of it.
I think it's a lot about just respect, integrity, our core values here at Rochester. So I think that has a lot to do with it, just treating people, the way they deserve to be treated, knowing that I have a job to do, but we're still people first.
People that also make mistakes. Throughout training, we were never in immediate danger, which isn't always the case in real life. And I realized that the actions of a few officers scattered across the country should not reflect every officer in this profession.
There's a lot of good people coming into this industry right now, and that's what I would like people to know, that we're out there to help people. We're not out there to hurt people.
It only took 8 weeks for the recruits to earn their badge, memorizing policies, techniques, and remembering their passion to help people.
To the best of my ability, so help me God.
But the training doesn't stop there.
You are to be an instrument of peace. Where there's hatred, you're to sow love. Where there's injury, pardon. Where there's doubt, faith. Where there's despair, hope. Where there's darkness, light. And where there's sadness, joy. Bottom line, I'm asking you to go out there and police with your hearts.
Congratulations, welcome to the Rochester Police Department.
It was really important for me to do this story. I'm thankful to have had the opportunity to see outside of my lived experiences with law enforcement and with what I've witnessed from law enforcement, even if this was just a taste of what actual officers go through. In these new officers, I see hope for communities, and I see an opportunity to rebuild those normally tense relationships if everyone is willing. Thank you to the Rochester Police Department, and again, congratulations to the 8 new officers. In the studio, Jacqueline Harold, ABC 6 News, good morning.
Jacqueline, thank you. And you can watch Jacqueline's entire series right now on our website.